Hello everybody and welcome to another edition of Poland Daily Travel. But this is a very special edition because look at the building behind me. We're in Stary Lichen, and this is the largest church in Poland. It has 1.5 million pilgrims visiting every year, and is world famous by now. This was built to hold the icon of the Virgin Mary, Our Lady of Sorrows. It's an interesting icon. It's the second most revered, or one of the two most revered in Poland, along with the Black Madonna. This icon is housed here. And I believe the one that is here, according to my information, if I remember correctly, was painted in 1772 and is a copy of the one which is kept in Międzyrzeczie, which is in the west of Poland, a place where we will be visiting. Well, it's a late January day, and we're here right at sundown, and it's absolutely deserted, which is makes you a traveler and not a tourist, if you know what I mean. This is the time to travel in my estimation, because we can stand here, observe this building, and see it without any crowds, without any onlookers, right here at the most magic time of day for filming. We just missed the glittering, the full glitter. You can see it a bit, the sun gleaming on it. It's designed that way. The building sits, you can see it over a lake, sitting right next to a lake. We're about 100 kilometers west of Poznan, center of Poznan, and we're about 14 kilometers northeast of Konin, beautiful downtown Konin. It's an interesting story with this icon. It had to do, a soldier was in the Battle of Leipzig, I believe it was 1813. This is toward the end of Napoleon's string of victories. Leipzig was a draw, but it was a draw, but for Napoleon it was a loss, because he needed to win that battle. And it was there at Leipzig which pretty much saw the decline of Napoleon's Grand Army, and would lead, of course, to his defeat. There was a Polish soldier in that battle, and he claimed that he had seen a vision of the Virgin Mary, and she saved him from death in that battle, and said to him, "Go and search out the icon, the image. You will find the image." And apparently he came back to Poland and he found the image, which resides, the original one, as I understand it, in western Poland, in Międzyrzeczie, which is a town there. And at any rate, we have not just this amazing building behind me, which was finished, I don't know, 15 years ago or something like that, in the 2000s. But we have a number of other monuments to, or monuments venerating various people. There's or various groups, I should say, which were martyred in defense of Poland. Okay, so it's about martyrdom, it seems to me. Doesn't it seem to you? The soldier, of course, it's about Jesus was a martyr, obviously for all of us. And then the soldier was saved by the Virgin Mary from becoming a martyr in the cause of defeating, resurrecting Poland, because that was, Poland was fighting to resurrect itself during the partitions, which had only been on for, had gone on for maybe 20, 30 years at the time of the Battle of Leipzig, which, so the Poles were fighting with Napoleon at that point. We have a monument to the Armia Krajowa, the AK, over here, which was, of course, the underground army of resistance in World War II. That's a brave lot, many of whom died in the service of their country. And not only that, we have a monument to political prisoners over here. And of course, under communism, under the partitions, let's say, there were plenty of an overflowing amount and consistently overflowing amount of political prisoners. And of course, under the Nazi and communist, Russian communist domination, dissection and domination, occupation, dissection, domination of Poland, you would have had, again, a great amount of a continuous flow of political prisoners. So, not to mention that the country itself, metaphorically, a prisoner. Right. So these are things that we think about, particularly today, even though people may find that, and certainly in the West, we find that that church attendance is declining, and the church is not as popular as it was, even under communism, because it was a place of unification. You see, this is another thing. The church was a symbol of spiritual and physical liberty as well, because it was going to church, being Christian under communism was a rebellion, wasn't it? And it was also its own underground army, if you will. And of course, Pope John Paul was one of the main figures in defeating communism, along with plenty of others, as you know, Solidarity, and then some Western leaders, Margaret Thatcher, Ronald Reagan, and not only, many other people. Those are just some of them, and many other formidable leaders. At any rate, that is the basilica here in Stary Lichen, the basilica to the Virgin Mary, Our Lady of Sorrows. Welcome back. I just want to leave you with one thing. Let's have a look at this monument to the Armia Krajowa, to the AK, the Home Army, and I'll just read you what's written here about it. On September 1st, 1939, Poland was attacked by Germany, which was followed by the attack of the Soviet Union on the 17th of September. After over a month long of unsuccessful resistance, Poles did not cease the fight and began a conspiracy against the invaders. The Home Army was the strongest and best organized Polish underground resistance movement operating within Polish borders. It was active when Poland was under both German and Soviet occupation. The main focus of the Home Army was to act against occupiers as well as to prepare and conduct the national uprising. In 1944, the ranks of the Home Army numbered more than 380,000 members, including 10,000 officers. The monument commemorates heroic soldiers of the Home Army who fought for the freedom of Poland during the Second World War. That's all. See you next time.